Next on Worcester News tonight, local reaction to the death of former mob boss Whitey Bulger, including an investigator who pursued him for 2 decades. Plus, trick-or-treat costumes are flying off the shelves and a Central Mass town's effort to keep kids safe this Halloween. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. Notorious Boston gangster James Whitey Bulger has been killed in a West Virginia prison. The 89-year-old was known for running a largely Irish crime mob around Boston and was found dead this morning. He was recently moved from a Florida prison to the West Virginia location. Tonight, we're hearing from someone who had a role in bringing Bulger to justice. Our Cam Jandro joins us now live. He has more. Cam?
Anna, former colonel of the Massachusetts State Police, Tom Foley, spent years trying to track down Whitey Bulger. He even wrote a book on his experiences, but today he said to us he feels a lot different now than when Bulger was initially arrested in 2011.
Tom Foley remembers how difficult it was to track down Boston mob boss James Whitey Bulger.
Bulger was a very intelligent criminal. He knew how to live the life. He was preparing for it the whole time.
The former Massachusetts State Police colonel pursued Bulger for more than 20 years. Foley testified during the 2013 trial, where Bulger was convicted for 11 murders. He had mixed feelings when hearing of Bulger's death Tuesday.
That he met his demise in this manner is something I don't know if it's good or bad. Certainly, I think the way he's gone out is probably similar to the way he has treated other people.
In 2006, video systems specialist Bruce Feeney helped clear up photos of Bulger and longtime girlfriend Catherine Gregg. He says the images were in rough shape when he got them from authorities.
The images that were brought to me were incredibly small and very fuzzy. And then I had to spend a lot of time just sort of cleaning them up, crisping them, getting them in focus.
Feeney is a staff member at WPI. He says it took about 3 hours to make a clear photo of Bulger.
Could I tell it was Whitey? Absolutely. Yeah. No, the images that were brought to me were 100% Whitey.
He's handled hundreds of cases since, but nothing has ever been as big as Bulger.
Certainly nobody that of note that somebody would know about. Whitey Bulger is definitely the top case.
Foley retired from the state police in 2004. He says he expected Bulger to make a mistake prior to his 2011 arrest, but was satisfied once it happened.
And it gave us the opportunity now to finally bring out all the information, all the evidence that we had gathered all over those years and bring them into court.
Now, Bulger's death is being investigated as a homicide. Foley says the case has been such a huge part of his life, and he's very interested to see what comes out of that investigation. Anna?
Thanks, Cam. Doctors at St. Vincent Hospital are educating the public on updates to breast health. Dr. Diane Lockhart says there are new advances in mammography to help detect cancer earlier, including 3D mammography. She says medical treatments have also come a long way. Doctors are now able to offer people individualized treatment for their cancer. Dr. Lockhart says surgical management has stayed steady since the mid-80s, so the medical advancements have become a great advantage to patients.
The advancements, again, because they are targeted and individualized to people of 5 different types of breast cancer that we can see, are really quite remarkable what they've been able to do to lower the death rate from breast cancer.
Dr. Lockhart says her advice to anyone is to stay on top of their mammogram screenings. She says all women should start yearly checks starting at age 40. Switching gears now, can you believe it's already Halloween? Hundreds of children will be on the streets Wednesday night trick-or-treating for the holiday. Several central Massachusetts towns are hosting organized events in hopes of keeping kids safe. And one Halloween shop says their bright and festive costumes are sure to be a hit. Our Chandler Walsh has more.
Last-minute costume shoppers fill their carts at the Halloween outlet. It's the longtime Worcester business's last season before closing.
It's been an amazing run, and we're really sad to see the store go, but we really appreciate all the support that we've gotten.
The store will stay open for a few weeks in November to allow customers to stock up for next year. They expect sales to boom their final days.
I think people are going to be coming in and trying to get that last little piece of the Halloween outlet spirit.
Owner Rachel Morgan says the most popular costumes this year are superheroes, Fortnite, and The Purge. When it comes to costumes, Barrie Police Chief John Carbone says it's important they're visible to drivers.
Reflective clothing, flashlights, stay on the side of the road, and I'd ask that motorists, if you have a headlight out, don't be out tonight.
The town is taking extra safety measures, hosting Very Scary Halloween in the town common for the second year.
There's a lot of children come down to the common area to trick-or-treat because the houses are closer together. And we had heard traffic flowing through all of these trick-or-treaters was just not a safe environment.
Police will close roads to traffic in the town center. The event includes haunted houses and buildings like the town hall and trunk or treat.
Parents can bring their cars, giving your car its own costume and treating it as like trick-or-treating from your house.
The town says organized events like this make the day safer and bring more people together. Police are expecting to host a lot of children in one area, so they'll have extra officers working, plenty of volunteers, and a MEMA command post.
We just wanted to be able to say, parents, you can come down here and trick-or-treat, and we're going to do our best to keep it a safe and controlled environment.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Cue the duck boats. Wednesday, the Red Sox get to celebrate their recent World Series win in style. The parade starts at 11 a.m. at Fenway Park along Lansdowne Street, moves to Ipswich and then to Boylston. City and state leaders are asking fans to consider the crowds and parking restrictions and take public transportation to get into Boston. Monica Medea is at Fenway with the latest on the preparations for the parade.
World Series win takes on special meaning for some drivers in Boston.
When you watch sports or Boston teams throughout the season, do you kind of secretly hope, like, maybe I can drive the boat in the parade?
Every time. Boston Duck Tour operators will play a major part in Wednesday's rolling rally to celebrate the Red Sox. They're driving the boats that carry the team and their families. Today, it's all about preparation.
This is what they're doing in the garage today. They're putting platforms here so that the players will be up.
Between 20 and 25 boats will follow the route from Fenway down Boylston, past Boston Common to City Hall.
It's so loud. You can't even imagine the noise.
Jen Masiri has done this before and never forgets the players she drove, like back in 2013 for the Red Sox.
I had Jake Peavy and John Lester.
And 2 Patriots parades.
And then in 15, I had Brady and Garoppolo. So that was huge. My kids thought I was the coolest thing in the world.
Right now, the drivers won't know which boat or players they'll be driving. They just know they'll have a front seat to history.
And we work really hard, and then you get to the end of the season and you get to be a part of something like this. It's just like, oh, it's great. We're supposed to be part of the duck. We're invisible, right? But it's still kind of a cool thing to just be part of it.
That was Monica Medea reporting. For more than 2 years, the Mount Carmel Preservation Society has been working to save their historic church. But now it seems an appeal made to the Vatican to save it has failed. Meanwhile, the Preservation Society says they've not heard from the Vatican and a decision would be premature. The Society's advocate in Rome says their appeal will most likely not be decided until after Christmas. The appeal will be discussed at a leadership meeting Wednesday morning at 7:30 a.m. at the Kiva Center on Shrewsbury Street. An update today out of the Merrimack Valley. Columbia Gas says they've finished replacing gas lines in Lawrence, Andover, and North Andover. The company replaced about 45 miles of gas mains and nearly 6,000 service lines across the 3 communities. Still, it does little for many residents who will not see gas service actually return until December 16th. That phase of the work is only about 15% complete. A different take on Worcester's city seal. Community activist and artist Bill Coleman has spent the last 2 months creating a unique design to honor the city and celebrate its birthday. And after spending hundreds of hours on it, he says he's excited for it to be on display. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
It's the first major mosaic Bill Coleman has ever worked on. For Worcester's 170th birthday, the community activist and artist is redesigning the concept of the city seal.
I'm trying to make a small contribution to the city of Worcester, along with all of its other stuff, to help promote the arts.
Coleman got approval from the city manager and the clerk to use the city seal. He then started collecting tiles. Most are donated from local companies.
They called up and said, this is Worcester. We want to help Worcester. And right now, Worcester's hot.
Calling the process a labor of love, he has spent every day for the last 2 months cutting and gluing about 10,000 pieces of tile together.
It's just very labor intensive, but it's going to be well worth it.
He also created this smiley face with rainwater glass and hopes both will be on display in places across the city for years to come.
No matter what I've done in the city, and I've painted American flags on chain link fences and helped organize, after school programs so kids can do some artwork. This is going to last. People are going to remember this when they see it.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.